Belt.
What about?
It's time. Lock, load, put on your Infinity Gauntlet and grab your lightsaber. This is Nerd Talk. Presented by Webeam TV. Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this broadcast to bring you Nerd Talk! Okay.
That was funny.
That was completely not rehearsed. I just had the impulse. I just
Yeah,
thought I'd do
you
it.
did.
And
You
am I
did.
okay?
It was weird.
I did that? Okay.
It was awkward.
All right, John, it's all yours. I'm done.
Oh, yeah. It's all mine. Hey, everybody, welcome to Nerd Talk. Sorry we weren't here last week. We had a technical difficulty.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, a little bit.
We changed the camera angle so that I could nod in agreement and you'd see it. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, we have a guest tonight. You going to introduce your guest?
I will introduce our guest. Everybody, this is Maria. Maria and I met at a couple of business luncheons, and we started talking geek stuff. And yeah, Maria knows her nerd. So this is going to be a wonderful guest star tonight, and we're going to let her do the entire show. Actually, and the three of us are
we're
just going to sit
stop
back.
talking right now.
You guys didn't tell me to bring my computer.
You need a computer to
What?
talk nerd,
No, but
or
it can
just
pull things
here.
up.
Here you go. You can look nerd. You can.
I'm good.
We don't pull stuff up. Actually, it's all pulled up in the back there. We need to brighten the center camera up, though, because online it looks a little dim. That's just saying.
Just like me.
Yeah, it's like the leader. Dim.
Well, there you have it.
Dim, 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 dim. So,
Yep, you're leading from behind.
did everybody, God have mercy, did everybody have a good last week?
I don't remember. I wasn't there.
I did.
Yep, Maria did.
Yeah, Michael?
Sasquatch?
Sats? That's Skoggerboo. He belongs to the Sasquatch Nation. Oh, you know what I got in the mail yesterday?
Oh my God!
I literally I now belong to the Sasquatch Research Association, and I have the little green sticker that says I am a Bigfoot response vehicle.
Well, you should with that Hummer you drive.
Right, I know. I don't want to run over them. I just want to be able to track them through the woods.
You could be like a Sasquatch school bus.
Right.
The bright
the
yellow.
wheels on the bus go round and round. No, I'm sorry. That was just way too easy. Oh,
Yeah,
my.
low-hanging fruit there. All right.
Yeah, it is.
So,
So anyway, yeah, we and we're back in this new studio.
yes.
It's
we're
I shoulda
totally loving this.
I should have had him send me a vMix call, and I could have done a little panel. We'll do it next week.
Next
Actually,
week.
2 weeks. I think 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Next week the big table gets done, the doors get done, and in 2 weeks, if I'm right, we're going to have our grand opening.
Yes.
Our
Which means
grand
all of
opening.
you can show up and not be allowed in.
All 4 of you.
We're at 4?
Yeah, we're 4.
Oh, my God.
I know, right?
But, of course,
I mean, hey,
you
it's
understand we
exciting.
stream on multiple platforms, so that's just the Facebook number right now.
just the Facebook
So, that's just the Facebook number. So
Well, I'm
don't
watching.
be deceived.
I'm watching in 3. You're watching.
I'm
he's
not watching.
Why are you not watching?
Well, I have all these other monitors up in front of me. Why would I
doesn't-
watch it on there?
It lies to you. Facebook lies to
Yes, it does.
you.
Oh, yes, it does.
I got pins. I got Star Wars pins. It's really cool. We took my brother-in-law over to Magic. Actually, we did all of Disney.
Yeah, all the
And-
parks. Cool.
And so I was able to get some pins while we were there with him. It's kind of a sad situation, but
That's cool.
anyway, yeah.
Yep. And you've also got the
So
Red
this
5
guy,
helmet, which is
Michael
really, really cool.
Stanley says hello. I don't know who that guy is.
Michael
Yeah, nobody wants to talk to that
Stalker.
guy.
Aaron's
No, he's a
Aaron
stalker.
James is it Tifrio? That's he's watching. He's a friend.
No
he's
way.
a Nerd Talk fan. I hope so. I hope I can say that.
Yeah, that would
I
really
think
help.
he's really good friends with Mark, and I'm glad he's coming back. You know, everybody's watching, and sorry once we missed you last time. We've been decorating the set little by little by little by little.
By lot, by lot,
And
by
it's
lot.
growing
I mean,
and
there
growing,
are
growing.
just
Something
some
huge over there.
amazing things here right
yeah,
now.
we're not going to show that for a couple
No,
of
wrong
weeks.
one.
That's
There.
actually on our. That's actually on our. It is on our Facebook page.
Is it?
Yes,
Yeah, it is on our Facebook. It is on Facebook. Yes,
Facebook?
you see
Yes.
it there. But we got that for
Yeah.
Mark, and unfortunately, Mark is not feeling well, and will be out of pocket this week. So
Yeah, there's lots of sadness
I
there.
feel
We
bad for
miss
that
Mark.
dude, man. It's like
Just on Sunday night, actually, we had a really cool
How
thing
was that
happen.
event?
yeah. How was it?
Oh,
Because
that was freaking awesome.
the time I got back from Orlando. it
Oh
was
yeah,
just
yeah.
not-
No,
it wasn't
nobody
good.
expected you there, but Mark Muncie. Do you know Mark?
No.
Wrote Erie, Florida. Really cool guy. He had his
Super cool.
birthday celebration. That would be Mark.
There's
and he
Mark.
Had,
I love that Star Trek.
He had his birthday party that he had at the Cinema Grill down in Seminole,
Yes.
and he brought the DVD, and so we got to watch Buckaroo Banzai, which was his big thing for his birthday that he really, really wanted to do. And so we had, his private audience, and we got to watch Buckaroo Banzai.
Which was
And-
awesome.
Which fact, I'd not seen before.
No, that was
No.
you were a Buckaroo Banzai virgin.
I was a BBV. And because back in the 80s, the first time I watched it, I'm like, this is just really dumb. And I turned it off after like 30 minutes.
Oh, so you did watch.
Yeah, it was on HBO, and there were other things to do and watch at the time.
See, now you know how I feel with this whole the Karate Kid remake.
No, leave the
Cobra
Karate Kid.
Kai.
I've
It's
not
not a
seen that
remake.
either.
It's
Okay, and I tell everybody, if you can't get
Yeah.
it 3 episodes, then
Yep.
don't watch it. You're
Exactly.
not getting a fair share. I watched 3 episodes. I want my life. I want those hours back.
it's a great show.
horrible show.
It's great.
And there we have the difference of opinion, and John is right. So
I know. I keep trying to tell people this, but
Who's the best
what?
Will Ferrell? What's your favorite Will Ferrell movie?
Yes.
brothers and Step Brothers.
No.
So
Holmes and Watson.
see, he has to bring up Will Ferrell every time I'm
He's
here
got nothing
because
else.
he knows that it's either on this show they bring up Will Ferrell, on our tech show they bring up Amazon, and 'cause
Tonight, both
those are
both-
my triggering
Both have
events.
been brought up tonight.
Yes, those
Wow.
are my triggering events.
Sucks for you, doesn't it?
It does. If only you guys actually had that kind of emotional power over me.
Oh yeah.
But you don't, so
I know what to
you
say.
just keep trying.
I just won't say it out loud.
Thank you. All right, so
Mm-hmm.
we have, I think, stuff that we can talk about.
Well,
What's the first one?
humanity's most distant space probe captures a strange sound. And actually, this is kind of cool because now it really starts making you think, okay, what
V'ger.
is it? Is it aliens? Is it a dying star? Is it a quasar? Is it a black hole?
I just want to call them out, okay? It's like, hello, isn't it a vacuum? There is no sound. So there, I'm done. No. Oh, and so the voice of Rob in the background is going, yeah, there is. I'm like, no,
so-
there might be a radio signal that plays as a sound,
Yeah.
but if there's nothing to vibrate, there is no sound. Now, could the very
that tells me that it's
rare...
not- that tells me space is not a vacuum then.
Ooh, it's a dark matter thing. I didn't actually read this article. I actually I started it. I started skimming it, and what it is yeah, it's EM radiation that seems to have some kind of
Frequency is frequency.
yeah, exactly.
So if
Yeah.
if you can detect frequency in a if you can't so
Mm-hmm.
the law says it's a vacuum. You can't hear anything.
you can't hear
Right.
because sound
So is
requires a
So is
vibration
it
of a
truly
physical
not
object.
a vacuum?
No, it's a vacuum. No, it's just it's being converted over as kind of like a radio signal is what they're really getting.
A radio
And
signal
yeah.
is still has
But no,
to,
but EM light travels through the vacuum. That's not a problem. Okay,
that's light.
EM radio waves don't need a medium.
Not all the time.
Okay, sound requires a medium.
We got it. I think he has the sound.
You got
Now,
the
do
sound.
you have that sound, Rob? Now let's play that sound.
Let's listen to the sound that you know, the sound of silence because it's in a vacuum.
Right. I don't know how we're going to listen to this. Okay, so we know what it is. She's right. It's
Yep.
Space Ghost.
It's Space Ghost. Yep. We
First
got
thing
it.
I thought of when I heard
Ghost in space. We know what it
Well,
is.
that was pigs in space.
I know.
Those pigs in space.
Same difference.
Say-
He's a pig. You ever listen to the guy that does his voiceover? That dude's a pig. I love him to death.
He's
He
awesome.
is freaking awesome. But
Yes.
yeah, I mean, so that is not the actual. That's an interpretation of what they
Yeah.
think it sounds like.
It's basically
because-
like reading sheet music and playing it.
Right,
You know.
exactly.
So yeah, there is no sound, but there is something out there that is translating in that way. So the
That's
question
kind of
is:
interesting.
is it natural, or is it Memorex?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It could be a quasar. It could be a black hole. It could be a
Yeah.
dying star. It could be a red,
Yeah.
a red
So
dwarf. I
we'll
mean,
figure
you can-
that stuff out.
Yeah, that's the
Ooh,
stuff.
it could be red dwarf.
Yeah.
You smeghead.
I know.
Okay. All right.
There's a lot of things out there in space that make noise.
Can I please point out, though, that this noise was found by Voyager 1? And that is what's really cool.
That is the
that
coolest
is
thing out of
the
this whole thing.
farthest thing that this age of humans has ever sent into space.
Aaron says it's as disappointing as watching The Malignant.
I heard that movie was bad.
I heard that movie sucked.
I have not watched that movie yet, and now I don't think I will.
Yeah.
No,
I
haven't
I'm
seen
good.
it.
I'm good. Isn't that on
Yeah.
Netflix, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. They've got the fucking banner up, and you can't get away from it. It's everywhere.
Flicks.
Yeah.
It's in the flicks.
Okay.
It's in the flicks. So
In the
that's,
flicks.
But you're right. It's very cool. Here is one of the oldest satellites that was exploration satellite.
Yes.
That went out and went.
It's been out there for what, almost half a century.
Yeah, it's going to.
This is crazy.
Oh my God! This is how it's going to turn into V'ger.
Right.
It found this. It found the mother.
It'll be
planet
back.
That's going to turn
Yep.
into V'ger.
No, well, that was supposed to be like Voyager 5 or something. Voyager 7. This is Voyager
Will you
1.
stop
so
ruining-
this one, no.
Stop
This one
ruining my
turns into
dreams
Nomad.
here.
This one turns into
I
Nomad,
want V'ger.
which was the exact same plot
That
line.
means that
in
Star Trek is
just
coming. And speaking of Star Trek,
Star Trek?
Yeah.
What about Star Trek?
Picard season 2. Yes, it came out with a trailer, babe. Of course, as soon as we play this, we already know Paramount
We're gonna
Plus
get hit.
is going to hit us. So we don't care. We're going to play it anyway. Rob, play that wonderful trailer.
To heal our future, we have to repair the past.
I first saw you as a man who chose the stars. But after all this time, I've come to wonder, have you been seeking or running?
Do you recall what I said, Jean-Luc, when last we parted ways? The trial never ends.
Q. I am way too old for your bullshit.
Guys, we got big problems. Something moved us.
Q went back in time and turned our world into a totalitarian nightmare.
Do you understand what this means? Time has been broken.
I will get us home together. The only way to heal our future is to go back and repair the past. There are ways of traveling in time.
Great. Now what? Welcome to the Earth of the 21st century.
You're saying we can undo this nightmare?
Let's go to work.
You can pilot a starship, but you can't drive.
You You two really need to work on your communication. Right. See, there you go. Now you're in sync.
We have 3 days before the future is changed irrevocably. But even in the darkest of circumstances, there is a light.
Where are you taking us?
Home.
So, I love it. I know.
I am withholding judgment until I
Did he
see
just
what
go
they actually.
Vigo? That is fucking hilarious, Aaron. Oh my god, that Aaron's like, I'm in. He just went Vigo. Yep. So here's the thing. Okay, so we're gonna bunny trail real quick, and we'll come back to the next Star Trek.
Us?
Because we're gonna talk about the Prodigy series coming up, which I think is gonna be freaking awesome as well.
Okay.
Okay, so here's my bunny trail for the night. I am so tired of them pushing all these start dates. I'm over it. So what will happen when this? I mean, not Picard. We know we knew what happened there, but the hype is not going to keep me excited to go see stuff. Right? They keep pushing, and they keep pushing, and they keep pushing. Oh, we're gonna release it later. Blah blah blah. So what's gonna happen? I'm just gonna wait for all this crap to come out on normal HBO or Cinemax or whatever it comes out.
what I'm doing.
But you say that, but right now, that last Marvel movie, Shang Tsung, whatever it was,
Yeah.
that did so well. That broke box office records for
But
Labor
they
Day.
didn't. Okay, so
But hold on. Because of that, they pushed up Venom now to the first week of October instead of mid-October or late October, and Spider-Man is going to come out on time. So movies now, because they did over $90 million, are actually, okay, maybe we can start putting them out on time.
Yeah, but now I'm just not going to wait. I'm just going to wait and watch them for free.
I'm not that far behind.
The
you.
only movie I know.
If you keep pushing me and you keep doing this, I'm like Dune. I know Rob, our tech. Rob is a huge Dune guy. I am a huge Dune guy. It's been pushed so many times. Now I'm just going to wait to come out and I'll watch it on HBO.
Same.
Isn't it coming out on
You've
Apple
lost-
anyway?
Huh?
Dune's coming out on Apple TV.
That's what I thought.
Well, it doesn't matter.
It's an Apple
It
TV
doesn't matter
series.
where it comes
Yeah,
out at.
but I get
mean,
your
if
point.
you like I wanted to go see Freeman, but I'm just going to wait
Okay.
because
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Now, there's some movies that probably will never get released because of pushback. The Bond movie, they said they have to make, I think, like $800 million to break profit.
Then you know what? I
Yeah.
will never watch it, even when it comes to HBO or whatever it comes on. I'll never watch it.
And Top Gun's been pushed back, so
I
is the
wasn't
new
gonna
Mission
see.
Impossible.
I wasn't going to watch that anyway. I don't
No,
care.
that was-
But
yeah.
I'm over it. I'm over. It's either release it and let it play, or I'll just wait till it comes out.
Do your
and I'll watch
hybrid
it for free.
releases. Those are great. I mean, I did that with Jungle Cruise and was glad I did it. I paid the $30.
I did too. It was
And-
awesome.
We watched
and it was
Jungle Cruise
great.
how many times
Oh
now?
my God!
It's been a
We've
great
watched-
movie.
Yeah, we've watched that movie literally
I have watched
over
it.
a dozen times in the house.
I've probably watched it 10 times myself.
Yep.
Just
And when I
sitting
get
watching
bored,
it.
I'm like,
I
oh,
love
I'll
it.
put Jungle Cruise on. And my favorite
Yeah.
parts is in the very beginning when he's doing all the dad jokes.
Absolutely.
I could care less about the rest of it, but I literally am trying to memorize that stuff so I could actually just start walking around the house going, I was in a camera, but I got canned, or you can stop. No, I'll never stop.
And so what do I see online? I see people going, well, orange juice concentrate wasn't invented until 14 years after. I'm like, please.
Listen,
Seriously?
that's not the point.
That's the best you can pull,
Right.
No.
So anyway,
Yes.
I'm over it.
Meanwhile-
So that's my bunny
okay,
trail.
so we're
I'm
done with the
tired
bunny trail.
of- so let's go back.
Now-
So Star Trek Prodigy. Now I loved Below Deck.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So if this is anywhere near, now I don't think the Prodigy is going to be it's not a comedy.
No, it looks serious.
Right, it's serious, but the artwork. Actually, let's go ahead and play the trailer real quick, and then we'll come back. And I know we're
kind
gonna
of
get
found the
popped for
trailer
this
to be a
'cause it's
little funny,
Paramount.
but go ahead. Nickelodeon.
That's
Okay.
different Nickelodeon doing it.
Well, we all know that they can draw a ship flying around.
Yeah. So hey,
kinda
thanks
reminded
Paramount
me-
Plus for.
So if it's
messing up our
Nickelodeon,
Facebook.
is this going to be more of a kids' cartoon then?
It's possible.
If it's on
It's my
Nickelodeon
understanding. It's
and
supposed to be more
animated.
kid-based.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, when it's like, okay, I don't think they were actually looking at the technical stuff, because when you take a huge chunk of the ship and have it open up to have an extra nacelle pop out,
Right.
do you understand that you now gave up massive amounts of your interior volume, all the technology and everything, to hide an engine? Why are you hiding the engine?
Let's not.
What's
pick it
the-
apart. Oh my God! Here we go.
But
I
if it's for
don't
Nickelodeon, they're going to
Look.
make it dummy down because kids aren't going to understand.
Yeah, it has to
I
have the
grew up watching the
Hey,
original
cool
Star
factor.
Trek.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean,
As the old song goes,
Wait,
let
you
it
grew
go, let it
Well,
go.
Can't hold it back anymore.
I know, we can hear that. So,
Yes.
so this next thing we're talking about is So Rob had this in there. At first I said no, let's take it out. I don't really want to watch it, but then I rewatched the video, and this is pretty good. Now I hope I say this right. Lazzarini Stratosphera concept can
Yeah.
move on water, air, and land. It's kind of cool. Let's play the video
Kinda
and let's
cool.
talk over it.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to. To me, it's like, well, how do I put the helicopter? Go ahead and play that video if you got it, Rob.
Well,
and then
here's the
Just
thing.
don't run the audio.
It's basically a seating pod that you can with plugins. It has a quadcopter plug-in. It has a submarine plug. So you just like add
No, it's not a
on these
submarine.
things that makes
No,
it
doesn't
drive.
Go under
No, it's
the
above
water.
the water.
It's a boat.
Well, but still, okay. I mean,
like a hovercraft
but you
almost.
have to add this thing onto it. So it's not like you can go, okay, I'm flying along, now I'm going to go underwater. It's not like a Bond car.
It doesn't
Okay,
go, it doesn't
it's
go
like no, you have
underwater.
to stop or go in the water. You have to
So you got
stop,
to add the parts to it.
detach
Yeah.
the base,
Okay.
and attach a whole new top.
okay, do you guys
That's kind of
remember
cool looking though.
that movie Explorers
Yes.
from the 80s?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what
There
that
you
reminded
go.
me of when
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah,
it.
you're
That's
absolutely-
exactly what I thought of.
Which was a carnival ride, which
Yep.
for me
Bumper,
was always
tilt
called
a wheel. Tilt a wheel.
no, the Pucatron. And the first time I rode one, some kid had spaghetti for dinner.
Oh, no.
Oh,
That was so bad.
So my
for
question
me, that's what it is.
is how easy is it to jump over to the car or the helicopter side?
That's the point. Is I mean, you got to come up on the beach. You got
Or-
to change it
you got to
over.
put it,
Yeah,
mount
but
it on
there's no
something to
storage.
change it.
Yeah. What's
It's
that?
got to get pulled out.
You have to mount it on something to take the whole
well, you
bottom
can
off.
you
And
can
Yeah,
pull it out with
well,
a travel lift.
Yeah, but
goes
I
down
mean, what an enormous amount of effort. I mean, you might as well have two different vehicles at that point.
Yeah, and all they
What
do is
good
they
does
show
the
you the
pod
water
do?
when they don't really get into the whole
Quadcopter and
quadcopter
yada yada
and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But they do have it.
just the water one looks
Yeah,
good.
there
it
you
is
go.
right there. So
Yeah.
there's your.
So you
there's
got the
your
wheels you got
copter.
to add it to. You got the blades you got to add on. You got the. It's like
How?
I mean, that would be cool as a toy. That you could just on
Yeah.
your sit here and play with it and change it over and make it do other things.
Remote control
But-
thing.
But when you look at something that big and you think about how heavy it is, and you think about what you got to do to add and
a
subtract
giant
these
drone.
pieces, it's just like, what? I don't understand. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
just. I don't know. Maybe I just lack
it's,
vision.
It's something for rich people.
Wait a minute. Let me see if I can. No, I still got vision.
For Jeff
I still got
Bezos.
vision.
Jeff will buy it.
Jeff.
Yes.
He's probably one putting money
He's
behind
probably
it.
going to put one in space just because he can.
Yeah, right.
All right.
But anyway, I mean, it's look, if you got, I guess if you've got all the money in the world,
Yeah, or half of
like
it.
Bezos,
All right. Next on the list,
the big penis.
the wheel.
Starship maker.
Oh
They
man,
can buy
this
for
is another
69,
preview.
69.
Are we going to do another
Model.
preview here, John?
No, let's jump down. We're going to jump down to. We'll
Seven.
come back to Wheel of Time because it is
Yeah.
actually really good.
Yeah.
Apple abandoned the low-cost TV dongle plans, but looking to double the new Apple TV content rate in 2022.
Wow. Because we just bought the Apple TV, and I'll tell you what, it's smooth as silk. Of course, I've
the 4K
got
version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Um,
I have it in an RV.
I think I have the 4K version. I may or may not. I don't remember.
Well, the 4K version, and I'll tell you one thing about it: you can put it in low bandwidth mode.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, because when you go
So it'll
to
dumb it down, yeah.
when you go to RV parks, they don't.
Yeah.
their internet sucks.
Yeah. I love the fact that it easily networks with your Apple HomePods.
Right.
And so you can set HomePods around and have them be your audio, because we have ours hooked up to a projector system.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
And
If you keep adding more pods, your audio's got to get unsynced at some point in time where it doesn't match the lips.
it translates out to however many you want around the house. Okay, and I know right now
I
it's
didn't know you could
working
do that.
flawlessly. Okay, with
So the lip
one,
sync's really
and
good?
It's perfect. I can't
So I
see
wonder
anything.
if it. I wonder if it. I mean, I don't think it's this smart, but it may
It's
be.
made to do it.
It may go. Okay, well, these Bluetooth speakers are 50 feet away, and they can tell that by length
Yeah.
of travel time for the thing. So
Could
then
be.
but then you're adding EMF signal inside your home and cooking your brain. But anyway,
Yeah, but
we did
you
that.
know,
We talked about it on Tech Shaman. So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Since we're talking about Apple, can we talk about what got announced today real quick?
No, I'm not interested in the new phones. If you didn't watch it today, then you missed it. Sorry, we'll talk about it next week. You didn't put it in the thing, dude.
It got announced after you put it in the thing. Well, that's when I saw it. Plus, I was working on
yeah,
it, so
but
I can't be
it's
online.
not on the list. It didn't happen.
Didn't happen. Sorry,
Yep.
it just doesn't.
No
work that
pics,
way.
didn't happen.
But anyway,
No links didn't happen.
I don't know why they tried to compete with Amazon. There's that word again. Amazon with a dongle. I just don't get that. And most smart TVs come
Yeah.
with Apple.
Anyway.
Already installed.
Apple TV's already built in as an app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had a dongle. I just
They do.
buy the
I
Apple
actually
Puck,
have one.
and that's it. Yeah.
It's still in the box.
Yeah.
I bought it. No, I'm serious. I bought it.
Yeah.
And I go, I'll take this to the studio. Went and picked up a new smart TV.
Yeah.
Turned it on.
And it already
there's
had
the
it.
Apple app. I'm like, pfft,
Forget it.
Or if you have
Yeah.
Roku, you can download Apple on that too.
why would I go buy a Roku?
Well, I don't have Apple
said if
down
you
there,
have
so
Well, that's
If
not my
you have
fault.
it.
It's your fault.
But
Smart TV. See if it can do it. See if the smart TV in there does an Apple download.
Yeah.
That's a smart TV down there on that wall.
is it?
You bet your ass it is. I don't put a smart
All right.
TV in my house. But anyway, so okay, we're gonna go back and we're gonna watch another trailer. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize to
so
me.
This
Apologize to
actually-
them.
No, because I'm telling you, we're bringing you good content tonight. The Wheel of Time. Have you seen this?
the preview.
This is really good. First, I'm like, well done. Then it was like, oh, the women. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. They're all Amazonians, or they've been around for a while. This story's been done, but it's a little bit better than I thought. So go ahead, Rob. Let's play that Wheel of Time trailer, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get hit for this too. So whatever.
Be strong. The wheel of time turns, and ages come and pass, leaving memories that become legend. The power inside you. All over the world, there are different names for it. But it's one thing. One power. And women who can touch it. We protect the world.
No matter what happens, what pain we face, what heartbreak, the wheel keeps turning. The Dark One is coming for your friends.
The last battle is coming. The only thing that matters is what you do.
Whatever happens now, there's no turning back.
I like it. I like.
So
it.
that
I think
wasn't a remake of the Oprah Winfrey movie.
no, the Wheel of Time.
That's what I
I'm
thought
just
it was.
hoping that it doesn't turn out like some of the other books that we've seen made into TV shows and movies.
Well, it's gonna.
Well,
Because
some of them are done well, and some of them are horrible.
I know. See, here's the thing: if you've read the books, I pity you. I really do, because you expect more, and you're never gonna get it, ever.
Yeah.
Right. But people like me who've not read those books, like when I saw, look, Nut Berry Hunter, when I saw The Lightning Thief, right?
I liked it.
Thought it was awesome. I'm like,
Yes.
well, that's really
Yes.
cool. And my whole family's like, that's horrible. It sucked. It didn't have this. I'm like, don't ruin it for me. I go watch Harry Potter.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
My wife and the kids, they left so much out. Blah blah blah. Now, don't get me wrong. They love the Harry Potter movies, but they said the book's so much more. Well, the book will always
Right.
be so much.
They're
more.
describing all the setting, the scenery, and everything else in the
Right.
book. You're seeing that visually.
Yeah.
on
So
the
all
screen.
that stuff
Yeah.
that you're reading, they're showing it to you without going, oh, by the way, that's a green valley, and look at the mountain over there, and isn't the water pretty, and blah, blah, blah. They don't need it because you get visual. So you pull, but they're just pulling the meat and potato for everything. Everything I've ever watched that I didn't read, I loved.
Now, did you read the Terry Brooks series for, what was it, the Shannara or
I
Shannara?
can't read.
Oh,
Well,
Shannara?
The Shannara.
Yeah, the Elfstones of Shannara.
They did
Yeah.
that one, and they did the first book.
I don't. It's not
Yeah.
that I can't read.
I saw it.
I was like, I would rather, I'm a visual person, or I'll listen to it.
I read Shannara back in the 80s.
What is Shannara?
The Elfstones of Shannara. It's on Netflix. You can watch it.
They did two seasons of it.
They did 2 seasons.
I'll go watch it.
And it's a post-apocalyptic world where the human species has split, and we end up with orcs and elves and dwarves and.
Oh,
so it
you know
goes-
what? I
I
started
think,
watching.
didn't you watch that already?
Yeah, I watched. Yeah, I did watch it. I didn't know that's what it called.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Shannara.
It was all right.
And and the thing is, you're looking at the kind of.
That is bugging the crap out of me.
That's fine.
Sorry.
This is bugging the crap out of me.
Hey, you give me that bag. That's my. I'm always on my phone. Anyway.
Yeah, so it was written back in the 80s,
Right.
and it was, I mean, face it, there's a lot better stuff out there now. And so I think they made it just because it had curb appeal.
It did.
Everybody
Did
was
it have
waiting for
curve
Shannara.
or curve appeal.
Both.
There you go. Sex sells.
Yeah, I was going to say, though,
This
that
is
was
what I
done
have to
pretty
work
well,
with.
given how.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yes, I did
Yeah,
like.
they
I
did.
like
They did
it,
pretty
yeah.
well, as opposed to say Aragon, which was a
Horrible.
travesty.
Okay, so again, didn't read it. Enjoyed the movie.
I didn't read it, and I still thought the movie was trash.
Yeah.
You're just so there. I don't know.
See, I imagine
I like it. I go in-
making a movie from a book. You got to sit there and, okay, what is the bare number of scenes that I can lift out of this book and still have people follow along with what's happening?
That's right.
And that's
How
really
true
what
to-
they
it's
have
hard.
to do.
Yeah, or
It-
how
it
true to
is-
the story.
Yeah. And then, then you get people who make big changes.
See, that's why I don't read these things. I just go watch the movie. Like, okay, say take the Marvel movies, right? Or
Right.
the DC movies.
Oh, yeah.
It drives me insane to get in there and sit some kids in the back going, well, that's not true to the canon, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, shut
Tell
the
ya.
hell up. I don't care.
I watched Green Lantern for the first time.
I love Green Lantern.
I loved
Look
Green
it.
Lantern. I thought it was awesome.
I keep watching it.
And
and
all
they're
I
like-
read is what the comic fans are like, oh, this isn't right, that isn't right, that
how
character's
the
not right,
comic is.
this
That
isn't right, that
outfit
isn't right.
was complete, utter trash.
There you go. You're trashing the outfit. The outfit was
The
phenomenal.
story
in the
was
movie.
horrible.
Doesn't
Everything
matter.
was horrible.
Everything was horrible if you knew it was supposed to be different. But if what you saw is all you know, it was a phenomenal movie with a great storyline.
Okay,
awesome
so what about
script.
Ready Player One?
What about
The
it?
book was way different than the movie.
Okay.
But the movie was still great.
Don't care. I love the movie.
Yeah.
The movie was awesome.
Look, all I
Yeah.
know is Ryan Reynolds is a panty dropper, so it is what it is.
He drops yours.
If anybody out there in the viewing
$20.
audience has read the Murderbot Diaries, okay, drop us a message because I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not familiar with that series, it is phenomenal. The audiobook series is amazing. And if you get a chance, do that. But if they ever made a movie, they should cast Ryan Reynolds as Murderbot. That's all there is to it.
I'm just
Okay.
all I'm look. Here,
He would be
all I am
phenomenal.
saying is this: is when you're so into the comics and you're so into the books, when you really know them and know them well, yes, you're gonna get disappointed. And whether you said
Yeah.
whether you knew Green Lantern or not, but you do because that's your world. You know the comic side of it.
Yep.
To me, I looked at Green Lantern and went, okay, the CG for that time
Yes.
we're in was phenomenal.
But even
Yep.
Ryan Reynolds hates his own movie.
Because you know
Because
what?
he was told to.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds doesn't
He's-
like it because
he's responding
people
to
like
his
you
audience.
hammered it on him. People like
Yep.
me who just sat back and watched the movie, enjoyed the movie. As a guy that does this for a living, I went there and went, okay, well, the CG's really good.
Yeah.
He's got a great ass and he fills it out. I'm just saying.
I'm drinking.
But
You're not drinking enough.
that kind of, I hate to say this, whether you like it or not, that kind of led the way
Yes.
a little bit for all the CG that's gone on in the whole DC and the Universal.
Yeah. I mean, I got to tell you, it
the
was.
Marvel
I
side of
thought
it.
it was a much better movie than Captain Marvel. I thought it was a much better.
She has a
movie.
much better ass.
She has no
She does,
ass.
sure.
No, she had things
But-
on there to give her a butt.
No,
But-
she has no butt.
Regardless,
has
that's not
one.
what the show's about.
I
But I
liked
thought it was I liked Captain Marvel. That was great. But I just thought the messaging, the story, the whole thing about fear and humans lecturing the aliens on their disavowing of fear. It's like that was awesome. That was just freaking awesome. It's like
Right.
no, we learn how to live with fear.
Right.
And it was a great message. And to see it get trashed just was so. That's not how that character's supposed to be introduced. That's not how that works. It's like yes, it is. It worked in the show.
I'm over
That's
all
all
that
there was
crap.
to it.
I
Yeah.
go to watch just to watch it and
Yep.
go, oh, I enjoyed that.
Avatar:
And
The Last Airbender. If you hadn't watched the original cartoon, it was a great movie. It was pretty. Yeah, it had a couple, continuity errors. Whatever. What doesn't?
It had some
okay?
hokey
I
editing.
once did a
M. Night
7-minute,
Shyamalan's trash.
a 7-minute short
It's
film.
not trash. He's making more money than you are doing it.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does matter. I love how these side armchair quarterbacks, what they call. Well, that guy sucks. Really? He's making millions of dollars. I don't see you making millions of dollars.
Not doing the same thing anyway.
I'm just saying.
yeah.
I
But there
mean,
is something to be said if somebody's not cast in the right role.
You are correct.
But you know
Okay.
what? Here's the thing. Oh wow, Facebook, you suck.
Wow, look at that. Our live video is ended. Who knew that?
So Nerd Talk is no longer on. That sucks. Can we fix that? So, but anyway, for our people that
Meanwhile.
are watching on WeBeam TV, which is
Which
one of
is
the
where
most
you
stable
should be
platform
watching.
Anyway,
Yes.
as
WeBeamTV.com.
So I had kids.
Well, you're already there,
Yeah,
so you
my
know
kids, and they loved Avatar. I loved the cartoon. Aang, I thought was just the coolest little thing. I loved the crazy old guy in the Airbender temple when he finally got to him. I thought I loved it, right? So I said, okay, I'll go watch it. I actually had a friend. We had a family member. Well, we had a friend. His son tried out for that movie.
Oh,
Because he fit that role, and he was an awesome martial artist, right? He didn't get it, unfortunately. They had some other guy.
Yes.
So, but I watched it. I wasn't unhappy with it. Now, there was some really, really hokey editing that was in it, and I'm like, okay, I guess I can follow that. But back then, I really wasn't. I wasn't looking to be. I'm not Martin Scorsese by no means. So this is what it is. But
Yes, you are.
I know I am, but that's besides the point. So, I think people have just got to let it go.
Enjoy the art that's in front of you.
Right.
Okay? If you want to read the book, read the book. And it's that simple. Like what you got.
Yeah. It's just. Yeah. And then you know what? When you go to watch a movie, keep your trap shut. Go home and bitch. Go home and do a podcast. Go home, do your own video, whatever. When you're in the theater, shut your hole and let everybody else sit back and enjoy the movie. That's all I'm asking.
No, I agree on that.
That's
I'm not
what
saying
they
you're.
paid
I'm not
for.
saying
Yeah.
you're wrong.
No, I definitely
And I'm
agree.
not saying the comments were wrong, but the comments need to be made at home or on your little online chat forums or while you're playing World of Warcraft. Talk to your buddies about how.
But it depends what the comments are. Like with that Solo movie, was it Solo where everybody
Loved
bashed
Solo.
the girl?
Yeah.
Was it that one or the other?
Oh no,
what?
no,
It was
that
the
was
other-
Rose.
Yeah, it was
that was Rose
Rogue.
in it. No,
Oh.
Rose.
Yes.
Yes.
That was she was in Rogue. She was in the
No.
Force Awakens.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, where everybody bashed her.
Kind of got
Yeah.
Which was
so
ridiculous.
You should keep your
she was
mouth
awesome.
shut about stuff like
so,
that.
Yeah.
though.
So here, bottom line is you can bitch on your own things. Don't do it behind me when I paid $20 because I'm going to turn around and smack you in the head.
I actually did not smack someone, but there was a bunch of kids in the back row at the theater one time, and they were all making comment. I stood up in the middle of the movie, and I just said, "We came here to watch this movie, not to listen to you. Shut up." And I sat back down. Of course, my voice kind of carries a little. And it's like the audience burst into applause, and the kids actually got up and left the theater.
Good. They don't.
Yes.
They needed to leave the theater.
Yes.
But anyway,
so that
so,
was cool.
yeah. So there's another buddy hole for us. But anyway, it's
We're good at those.
yeah, we're very good at those.
Yep.
I'm trying to see if we're back.
back.
On. Oh, we're back. We're
Oh,
back.
what do you know?
Back. Who's the guest over there? I don't know who she is. No, I'm just kidding. So, all right. So we're going to talk about Spider-Man: No Way Home. Rumored in images of a Photoshop, says Andrew Garfield. So is he going to? I thought this was the one where a whole bunch of
So-
different Spider-Mans were supposed to make an appearance.
What we know for sure is a bunch of villains from all the movies are in this. We know that 100% confirmed. It's still the rumored we're getting Garfield and Toby. They're not confirming it.
His name is not Toby.
Toby Maguire.
It's Kunta Kinte.
So we're all hoping it's still going to happen.
I'm going to get hate mail for that.
I hope it does. But we'll find out in
I
December.
don't know.
They haven't put out an official trailer yet. They've only done a short little teaser.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, so we don't have an official trailer. All we know from the teaser is what we saw of the villains.
Okay. So, speaking of Dune, right? It's finally
Hawkeye?
it's finally premiered and is staging a spectacle of a sci-fi imagination. Right?
I'm kind of excited
But
for
we
Dune.
don't get it-
Batista's in it.
Don't get it until Batista was also in what did I just watch him in? And he was I'm like,
We're not going to talk about the zombie movie he was in.
C.
Yeah, you mentioned that one.
He was
on,
in C.
Yeah, the other day.
With on Apple Plus, on Apple
Okay.
TV. He is the brother of whatever the guy's name. I was following it for a long time, and it took forever to come back out, so I kind of lost interest in it.
Was he good in that?
To translation, that means 2 weeks, but yeah.
Probably. No, he was okay. He was all right.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as some of the stuff but he was all right.
I just saw some of that zombie movie. I may have had it up and playing,
What
and I just
zombie
watched the
movie?
beginning with Batista.
Oh, yeah, that
yeah,
was-
where
that was all
Vegas
right.
is walled off
The
or
better
whatever.
movie he was
and-
in was the one we watched, Stuber.
Yes.
Stuber was
good.
great.
I thought Stuber was hilarious. But the thing of it is Stuber, I'm sitting there watching this. I'm watching the sea, and I'm like, okay, so he was blind in Stuber. He's blind now. They were training him for this movie. That's the only thing I can think of. Or this is actually not a movie; it's a show. It's actually pretty good. Now that I'm caught back up, I'm like I'm gaining my interest in it because it's got Aquaman guy. What's his name?
Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa in it. It's pretty good. I get it. The crazy ass queen when she meditates. That's just so gross. Because she just out of a whim got to meditate. Next thing you know, blah, 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 blah. I go, oh my God, that is not right. So not right. And I can't believe Apple put that on there, but they did. It is what it is. But I don't know. So it's premiering. I don't know. Do we have is that a video or is that just a? Nah, it's just an article.
Let's not
No,
know any
but
about
see,
videos tonight.
But it's that again. It's one of those things where it's really just. I'm like, oh God. If it came out in the theaters, I would wait, and it would suck because I love that theater experience. Of watching this and just letting
The
it
sound.
Oh, it's just you get immersed. You can't do it. I don't care if you have a 72-inch or a 122-inch TV in your
not the same.
house. It's not the same.
No.
Ever.
Nope.
You just don't get the whole feel. So anyway, hey, did you watch the new Mad Max? Anybody watch? The
I
new
did.
Mad
Yeah.
Max?
I just watched it last week.
I liked it.
Did
Of
you
all the
really?
weird
No?
things.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I liked it, but it was weird.
Well, so was the original Mad Max.
No.
Yes, the original Mad Max. I remember watching it going, wow, those Australians do not see the world like we do. You
Well,
know?
no,
And it
they're
was just
Australian.
like,
They're
yeah.
upside
and-
I think Tom
and
Hardy's
so
a good actor, so
I-
he did great in that movie.
I thought he did
I'm not
great. I
saying
mean,
he
for
didn't
all
do a
you
great
actually
job.
saw of him, it was
Right.
really weird. But
The
So-
cars were excellent.
Speaking
Everything. in
of
that
the
was
cars,
great.
Cars.
the Fury Road cars are headed to auction.
yes.
I
And
want that. Of
That's
course, you
pretty
can't
cool.
drive it anywhere, but I still want it.
that is,
Park
I
it
mean,
in the
these
backyard.
these vehicles, that one,
That.
yep, there's Max's car. He may have modified the engine a little bit from the old
well,
days.
yeah, he put a spin on it.
But that one is two
Cadillacs.
three Cadillacs jammed together, okay, to make that thing. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, this has got to be. Why would anybody who care? But they're actually selling all that, including the that one there, the
tanker.
the road.
It was hauling. You know what it was hauling?
Yeah, I know exactly what it was hauling.
Milk, breast milk,
Yep.
not
And-
fuel. Breast milk.
Nope. That's what they were trading. So it's pretty cool. The cars are went up for auction down in Australia. So if you want to take a jaunt down and have a look and buy that triple
Good
caddy,
luck shipping it back.
you
Right.
can go. You can drive it back. You see the size of those tires? They'll float.
Float. just float on top of the water. Get over there. Of course, the minute it sees
Connected
water,
to one of those things that we looked at a few minutes ago.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be good.
the
That'd be good.
Lazzarini or whatever they are.
So
Yes, there you go.
we're gonna jump over what if because we all know what it is, and the last what if that I watched was the zombie one. What if?
I have not watched that one
Okay,
yet.
so it's weird. It's
Okay.
You got to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm not digging it. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I
I'm-
think I watched the first two,
And I'm
like, eh.
I like the world. I like comics
world?
and stuff. I like the
Yeah.
the
Now, I did see something. You know the guy who was in Ant-Man who would, whatever his name is, that
Yep.
retells
Paul
the
Rudd?
stories?
Oh, yeah.
No, the Hispanic gentleman who.
Oh,
goes,
my God,
No, at
he
first,
No,
and
I'm in the
there-
system. I'm in the system.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
that.
what they were talking about was making him the Watcher. And then he would just
God,
tell the
no.
whole story as you're watching it,
Yeah.
and that would just be. I think that would really
That
improve
would
the
be
show.
good.
That would really improve
yeah,
the show.
yeah, absolutely. So-
Then they could give Below Decks a run for its money.
So the big question is, did Deadpool, my man, did he
Conspicuously absent.
just secretly debut in the MCU?
Well,
zombie Deadpool
that would be a
is-
crossover because he started in X-Men, give or
Well,
take.
okay, technically wouldn't he be a zombie now?
Isn't
No.
he a zombie? He's dead. Ish.
He's
He's
not.
alive.
He's not dead.
He's
He has
alive-ish.
He has a healing factor
the
that
only way
heals
to
him
kill
like
him is
Wolverine.
to cut his head off.
But the problem with his healing factor, it's not quick enough to heal his cancer. That's why he looks like garbage.
He looks like a bad avocado and had sex with
Yes.
another bad avocado. I'm not going to say the F word. I'm trying to be good. But, yeah, I mean, so technically he is the zombie.
So there is a zombie Deadpool.
Right? Oh, I know there is, but I'm saying if you get down to technicalities, he's
He's not because he's not.
Well,
That's
he
a
doesn't
good
eat brains.
definition.
and just like
He's not
like
dead.
a zombie, the only way to kill him is cut his head off.
Yeah, but that's one element. Okay, is it?
Just
But
saying.
does he eat brains?
No.
I don't know.
Did he
Does
crawl up out of the ground dead?
He eats chimichangas.
Debatable.
Like I said,
yeah.
does he eat dead? Eat
He's
the dead?
still alive.
Ah,
There you go.
I don't know. So Doctor Who stars
Doctor Who?
David and Georgia Tennant are
Yep.
teaming up for a new horror series. I'm actually kind of excited about this.
Yeah, I think that's funny. I had no idea that he married his daughter.
God.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but she played like his genetic offspring of the Doctor in an episode, and they met there, and she was a lot younger than him. She still is. Oddly enough, they've maintained the same age gap as they've gotten older. I don't know how that happened, but they did it.
It's one of the miracle things.
one
Oh
of
my
those things
God.
I feel really stupid
Anyway,
for
so they're
saying
going to
it.
do
So they got
a
a new
Heckle and
series.
Hyde. I mean Heckle and Jekyll and Hyde. I'll be
Yes.
all right.
Yes.
Too many gets ahead. Which I think is going to be cool. Is she going to be Jekyll and he going to be Hyde?
Maybe they can do Heckle and Jekyll.
Heckle and
Remember?
Jekyll. I do.
Now we're going back to cartoons
Yeah.
from the 50s. So,
But I mean,
yeah.
I'm interested to see how it is. It would be
I mean,
funny
anything like that.
if
I mean-
she was the doctor, and then when she turned, it turned into him.
I think she's like the love interest or something, and he's the doctor. And
She's a
yeah.
control agent.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Whatever.
getting dark, big guy. Sun's
Oh,
going
God.
down. Well, I mean,
That,
technically,
kids,
Bruce
is what we
Banner
call
is
unwanted
Jekyll and Hyde.
touching, and you tell your
Am I not
parents
wrong?
about it, okay?
Yes.
Bruce
What?
Banner and the Hulk. That's Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, it was a
That's
modern
the American
retelling of it.
version. Except for this Hyde will, or this, he will kill you. He will snap you in half. Well, the other one will too. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And of course, I liked him in the last time I saw Jekyll and Hyde was in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
That was a
yes,
good one. I liked
exactly.
it.
That was a fun movie. Unfortunately,
Let me guess, you read the book.
unfortunately,
No, I never read the comics for
They
that one.
spent their special effects budget hiring Sean Connery.
Yes, they did.
So you end up with really crappy overlays of fire over a house that is clearly not damaged
Yeah.
by
And
an
a boat that's
explosion
not
that
sinking.
never actually occurred.
Right.
Yes.
That's okay. That's okay.
And an
because they were
80-foot
in
high
the Matrix,
submarine
that's why.
that is capable of navigating through the canals of Venice. That's pretty amazing,
That is-
you know,
that
because
is
that
amazing.
thing's like the size of an aircraft carrier,
Right.
and it's just cruising the canals in Venice, submerging in the canals in Venice, which are about 10 feet deep.
Right.
So,
So-
it's a TARDIS. It's bigger on the outside.
So, okay. So, do you have kids?
No.
You had kids.
I think so.
Yeah. You were a kid. Okay, so remember Steve from Blue's Clues?
I was
I
too old.
used to watch him when I would babysit my little cousins.
Okay, so
So this was
Steve,
actually pretty cool what he did, though.
it didn't need to be done. They could have left this alone, and not one person ever would have missed this dude. Not one person.
Potentially.
I mean, the
there's
way
been a lot of people
you're-
coming out online.
The way
You
he
didn't
left.
watch that as a kid.
I watched it because I had kids.
Yeah, but you
and
didn't
I
care.
went to every Blue's Clues thing there was.
but you
we
didn't
went
care
to.
about it.
I did
like
because it shut
Dylan
them up
Cage
for.
did.
Yeah, but that was just it. So you weren't emotionally invested in the
Like
character.
Dylan and Cage.
A lot of kids were, and I guess it was so sudden.
Yeah,
Well, he
was
went
just
to
all of a sudden
college.
gone.
Yeah,
gone.
he just
But on the show,
but
it was
it's
sudden.
like-
They didn't
But it's like
explain
one
anything.
day they just go, "Oh,
You
by
see
the way,
him, then the
kids."
next day, oh, here's my brother. Bye, and the brother takes over. There was no explanation.
No
the transition.
transition.
They could have
Yeah.
explained, "Hey, I'm
Yeah.
moving away" or something.
It was
just quick done.
It was not a dissolve. It was a hard cut.
Mm-hmm.
And
So on
so,
TV, we don't like dissolves. We like hard cuts.
oh, well, it's George Lucas would prefer the wipe.
Of course.
But look at
That's
that!
a
I'm
great
laughing at my own
dissolve.
jokes. Thank you. But on the other hand, I love the one where, you know, they compare it to Mr. Rogers. I don't know if you've seen that meme
yeah,
out there.
I saw that. Someone said something there, and he goes, "Yeah, Mr. Rogers." It was like twice as long on the air. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, Mr. Rogers you know, and I kind of found this thing where this particular message he's saying is, "Oh, guys, I still remember you. I still love you. I still care about you." And it's like, and Mr. Rogers is like, "Well, I hope that you've learned to be proud of yourself." The difference in that messaging is so big when I see that, because he's like, "Hi there, I'm an outside," Steve is like, "I'm an outside force, and I give you approval. I recognize you." Whereas Mr. Rogers is like, "No, recognize yourself and approve of yourself." That's a very different message.
Huge.
And yes, and so when you embed that in a kid's psyche, which is, are we seeing a difference in the generations because of messaging like this? You know, where we had Mr. Rogers telling us to be proud of ourselves, to learn what we can do, to be proud of what we can do, to go out there and be exceptional on our own.
Right.
As opposed to, okay, I recognize you, I approve of you.
Right.
You know, so that makes you okay. Wow. That just kind of blew my mind when I watched those two.
Yep.
But of course, you know, it is what it is.
I don't know.
So if you took
Hey,
great
you're not
comfort,
talking much down there. You gotta butt in. You can't let us run you over like
oh
that.
yeah,
you just
we
gotta
will.
talk.
You got to like jump.
I'm sitting here going.
Yeah, you got like 2 minutes
Got
left.
3 minutes left, and then like, man, hurry.
Okay, moving on to the Matrix.
Okay.
Perfect.
You want to talk about the Matrix?
Did you watch it? Did you see
I've
anything
s-
on it?
Yeah, I watched the trailer. I'm going to binge watch the first 3 movies before I see this one.
Okay.
The
Been a
only
while.
good
So
Matrix
is
movie
it
is
a
the first one.
continuation?
Don't listen.
Only if you've read the books. Is it a continuation of that same of the trilogy, as far as you can tell?
Yeah, it looks like it. Because
Okay.
there are a lot of parallels to what's going on today.
But no Morpheus.
So you already gave him the red pill. What do we need Morpheus for?
What do we
He's a
need
drug
Morpheus?
pusher.
Hey,
I know, what will the
you
blue
want more
pill do?
Morpheus? You go on back to Pee Wee's Playhouse and you watch him there.
Yes.
There you
The
have
cowboy.
it.
Or
Cowboy Curtis.
Or you can watch in history. He's doing a history thing now with Learning Channel or History Channel.
Are you sure that's him?
Yeah.
But no,
You sure that's
the
it?
trailer looked interesting.
Yeah, that's all right.
I mean, could you imagine you've spent your whole life doing one thing and you wake up and it's all a dream? Or you think it's a dream?
Or you
That's
hope it's a
where we're at
dream?
now.
You
You
hope
didn't
it's
know
a
that?
dream. Yes.
We're
yes.
nothing but batteries charging the earth. Yeah. So there you have it. Oh, that's kind of weird.
I want to change my programming. Hold on. That's what I
I
want to do.
wish. So anyway, I'm going to watch it. I'm just not.
Oh,
Gonna,
yeah.
I'm not going to go to the theater. and
But
watch it.
no, I like your idea of going back and with my New England
Deer.
accent coming out, going back and binging the first three. I mean, I remember the first one really well.
I have
but
them all.
I really need to watch the other two.
And actually, we have.
Well, they're all on
right over
whatever.
there. We have the Matrix
McFarlane
toys.
Matrix figures.
Yep. So we have those.
Oh yeah, there they are.
Yeah.
See, we always have Morpheus.
We do like it. I've always been a Keanu Reeves guy anyway, so I think.
Yeah.
you know,
I'm
he-
also going to start watching John Wick. I haven't seen John Wick.
Yeah,
Great movie.
Worth
you
it?
need to. Oh yeah, every one of
Okay.
them.
Even if you've read the book.
Even Parabellum. God, there's books.
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, they're really good. They're really good.
Okay,
So,
good.
So speaking of books, we'll get in this last one and say I've never read Lock and Key, season 2.
Oh, excellent.
We don't have time for the trailer.
I have not
but-
read the books.
I've not read
Besides,
the
we don't want to
books,
get
but
bumped
I
again.
watched the whole first season. I want more.
I really liked it. Yeah, I definitely wanted more.
Yeah, it was good. I could definitely do that again, and so.
The Benedict Society, also fun series. It's a mashup of series of unfortunate events, and not the Hunger Games. But I thought of something else. That it mashed up with nicely. I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. This is fun. So yeah, there's some good stuff out there in the YA market that is a blast
so-
to watch.
Here's something I've been watching, and I think it's on CW, Kung Fu.
Oh,
Really good. It's really, really good. I mean, it's today's version, and it's kind of weird. It's instead of a man, it's a woman. Blah 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 blah. But
is she Asian?
yes, she is.
Well, what do you know?
She's
There's
real
a big
Asian.
improvement.
Yeah, she's actually
Not like
Chinese.
David Carradine.
Bite your tongue. David Carradine is. Yeah, you're right. It's David Carradine.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
That's
really,
a challenge you face with no matter what when you see a remake. We spoke about Dune a few minutes ago. Same thing. It's going to look altogether different than what we saw
Yeah.
with previous iterations.
Yeah.
But the new version's not for the old people. It's for the newer
Right.
generation growing up
Yeah.
to get into it.
But you guys don't know. Hey, it's 5 seconds left. Oh
Okay,
my God.
everybody, we're outta here.
Thanks for watching. Hey, the store's closed, the mall's closed, and we're out of here. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.